Thank you so much for joining me back on the Mikia Troche channel. I want to welcome you guys back. You know, we're going to be talking about a very, I would say, touchy topic today. And so I hope you guys stay in with me for just a little bit and catch some of these golden nuggets. So this is what I want to say. As always, I want to thank you for those of you that have stopped by this channel and spent a little time with me. I thank you. It's because of you that I continue to create new content, come up here and have these discussions with you. So you are family. You are a part of the Mikia Troche Let's Build Together channel, and I thank you. If you are new to this channel, I want to welcome you. I want to thank you. Thank you for joining. Please, throughout this video, I want you to go ahead and like and comment and share. And then you'll always see me go hit the post notification bell so that you know when I'm dropping the latest and greatest. This channel does offer some diversity if you're new to my channel. So you will see me do mukbangs. You will see me have a little bit of fun, you know, whether it's a vlog. I may, let's see, I tried a prank recently. So if you're looking at this video, I'm going to have it scroll down there. I tried to do a prank that went kind of left on me. So I'm going to stick to what I know. Okay. So I'm so glad to have you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and jump right into this conversation. So it took me a while to really think. I'm very transparent and very open in my discussion with you guys. It took me a while to really be okay in here to go ahead and talk about this topic because it's so sensitive. And so I'm just going to put a disclaimer out there. You know, I want you to take what it is that I'm saying and then just process the information. If you know of someone who may be an approval addict, I want you to go ahead and share this video, because sometimes I think if they hear it from someone else rather than hearing it from you, you may help them indirectly, and then they may start to do that self-evaluation to see what's really going on with me. Okay, so you guys know I am big on having my little notepad. Okay, I got my little notepad. One of my close friends gave me this. If you're watching, there's the notepad. One of my close friends gave me this notepad, and I did jot down some notes. I do this because I take everything that I, share with you on this channel into prayer. And then I say, please, Lord, use me so that I could be able to help someone who's on the opposite side of this camera. So today, I hope that someone is you. Again, I want you to go ahead and subscribe now. Go ahead and hit subscribe before I even start, because you guys get so engaged in what it is that I'm sharing. We sometimes forget, not you, right? You don't forget. We sometimes forget to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you to subscribe and make sure you comment down below. So what is the title? If you looked at the thumbnail, you have an idea of what the title is, but I'm going to go ahead and repeat it if you're just joining us. The beauty about this is that you can always come back and watch this video. So again, thank you. Welcome. Let's go ahead and get into this conversation. Okay. All right. I'm using my notes. Don't judge me. Okay. I'm going to use my notes. Let me open it up. It's like a detective, you know what I'm saying, taking down some notes, and I need to flip it on you guys, okay? All right, so what does being an approval addict even mean, okay? And so I was doing some research on this, and I was thinking this is going to be very important as we go into the, as we are in the new year, okay? You need to look at your previous year. And you need to do a self-assessment or a self-evaluation to see how much of what you actually did was for you, or was it to benefit the people that you're around. This is a big topic, and I'm already praying for you guys, even as I'm saying it, as it's coming out of my mouth. I'm saying, Lord, please, whoever is watching this, let this help them, okay? But that's a big question right there. The things of last year, did you do them for you, or did you do it for the approval of someone else? I'll give you a second to really process that. And again, if you know of someone who may benefit from what we're sharing, we're not going to be up here too long. If you know someone who may need to hear this, I think maybe this is a good time for you to go ahead and hit the share button and tag them in this channel, okay? Just tag them in and say, listen, I think this is something that may be beneficial to you, okay? So I'm gonna go back to my notes, all right? Okay, so let me tell you what it is, okay? It's a person who isn't able to feel good about themselves. Okay, the reason why this is so hard is because there's a huge thing going on in society right now that if you don't look a certain way, or if your skin tone is in a certain way, or if your size or whatever it is, okay, then you don't get the approval of society. Well, we need to erase that mindset this year, because what's going to happen is you're going to lose yourself in trying to approve or trying to seek approval from other people. Okay, if you agree, go ahead and comment for me, okay? If you continue to do things, and if you continue to change the way you look, or whatever the case is, not because it's something that you enjoy doing, but because you're looking and you're seeking for the approval of someone else, you will lose yourself in doing so. And if you're watching this video, and if this is you, and you've possibly have already lost yourself in doing so, I'm going to help you get back to the start line. Okay. I'm gonna help you bring it back a little bit. I'm going to help you. Listen, it's like in habit. Old habits die hard. It did not take overnight for you to become an approval addict. So it's not going to take overnight for you to start to realize that you are an approval addict and work towards the things that are healthy so that you can have healthier relationships. Does that make sense? So forgive me if I'm kind of here and there with it. The reason being, and I'm going to tell you, I'm very conscientious of what I'm saying, but the reason being is because I want to be very careful and I want to be very intentional as I convey this message to you, as I share what an approval addict is. Again, like I said in the beginning, because it's so sensitive, I have to be mindful of the words. And I think a lot of times we can shoot something out, and just like toothpaste, once you squeeze, it's not going back in. So I want to take my time. I want to be delicate. I want to be sensitive, and I want to be intentional in sharing this information. So if you're okay with that, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe, and always hit the post notification bell so you know when I'm dropping the latest and greatest, okay? So let's kind of keep on going. I'm going to use my notes because this is sensitive. I'm going to use my notes, okay? All right, here we go. So what does an approval addict mean? It means that a person isn't able to feel good about themselves. That's already bad, because you need to look yourself in the mirror and you need to say that I am beautiful and that I am worthy and that I don't need the approval of other people. I will tell you this. One thing that I am grateful for, the one thing that I am grateful for is that I got over approval addiction years and years and years ago. And the sneaky thing about approval addiction is that you don't even realize that you have it. And so it wasn't that I was compromising my integrity or doing crazy things to get the approval. You know, there's two different things. Let me just say this. There's a healthy approval, and then there's a not so healthy approval. And that'll help me make what I'm trying to say make sense. The healthy approval will say, I want the attention for something that I did. The unhealthy approach to the addiction is I demand approval for what it is that I did. So I'm grateful that I was more on the want side than being on the demand side. So I want you to comment below, where are you? Or if it's someone that you know, where are they? Are they on that they want it, or do they demand it? Because if you demand it, then this is where it gets a little touchy. This is where relationships get ruined. This is where you start to go into a depression. And if this is you and you're watching, or you know of someone and they're watching, I suggest that they get some professional help to help them with an approval addiction, because I need to let you in on something. Approval addiction falls right in with drug addiction and any other type of unhealthy addiction. It's just something that they can't get over unless they have the professional or spiritual guidance to get them on their way so that they can have healthier relationships, okay? So I'm hoping that I'm helping someone here with that, okay? Another thing when you talk about approval addiction, is there some type of underlying insecurity? Is there something that may have happened in your childhood, or is there something that may have happened in your adulthood that has now triggered you to be obsessed with getting approval, even from people that you know may not care anything about you? You have to be careful, because approval addicts, those that are addicted to being approved, they're the ones that are going to get hurt in the end, because people are going to misuse you. They're going to misuse your gifts, misuse your talents, misuse your resources for the betterment and for the benefit of someone else. And at the end, you may feel good for a moment, but at the end, you're going to be the one that's going to be hurt. Okay, so I need you to be careful. I really need you to start looking into what is good about you. We have got to find those good things about ourselves that we love, because then what we do, we fight off the insecurity. Okay, so I'm hoping that that's helping you guys. Okay, not too much longer on here on this topic, because again, it's even giving me butterflies. Okay, and I'm not usually nervous, and I'm not nervous in front of the camera at all, but it gives me butterflies just thinking that somebody on the opposite side of this camera may be going through this and may not have a means to get out of this treacherous habit of the approval addiction. I mean, if that is you and you're watching this channel right now, I want you to go ahead and shoot me an email. Send me a message, drop something in the description box. Let me know what you need, and maybe I can guide you to someone who can help you, especially if you're serious about getting out of this cycle in this year. You can't spend this new year being an approval addict. It is unhealthy. It was unhealthy last year. It was unhealthy the year before, and it will continue to be unhealthy until you get some help, okay? Here's another one. A lot of people who suffer from approval addiction are driven by affirmation. And so it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be a male or female. So I just want you to know that this is not gender specific. It's also not age specific, because children, you got to think about middle school and even maybe elementary, all the way up to adulthood. People are seeking approval. You're seeking approval from your peers. You're seeking approval from your parents, your spouses, and then people that you know, again, like I said just a few minutes ago, that don't even care about you. You need their approval. That is something that needs some special professional attention. Okay? All right. I talked to you earlier about what healthy approval is, which is just simply wanting people to recognize you versus you demanding that people recognize you. And I need you to understand this. You cannot force someone to fall in love with falling in love with you. I'll say that again. You cannot force someone to fall in love with falling in love with you. It is unhealthy. I've seen it so many times where it doesn't matter what the cost is. Someone will demand that attention. They will force love. They will force feed themselves onto someone. And then when that rejection comes, they can't take it. And here we are again, dealing with maybe depression, or maybe, suicidal ideations and things like that. You may want to harm yourself. You just feel worthless. I want to tell you, don't put yourself in those positions. Don't put yourself in that type of position, okay? It's not worth it. Please, if I am helping at all, I really, really take my time with this type of content because it is so sensitive, okay? So please, if I'm helping at all, or if any of this, what I'm saying is making any sense at all, please go ahead and hit that comment button for me. Please go ahead and subscribe, and please hit that post notification bell so you know when I'm dropping the latest and the greatest, okay? Today I'm giving you some golden nuggets. I'm giving them to you slow, because I'm being sensitive, okay? This is my sensitive side, okay? So those of you that know me, take a snapshot. I'm being sensitive, okay? All right, here we go. So I've already said that you can't make people fall in love or fall in like. We just can't do it. It's unhealthy. We're talking about approval addiction if you're just jumping in here, okay? All right. What happens is it becomes an obsession. You're obsessed with it. You can't sleep. You're probably losing weight because you're not eating. You're just obsessed about, I've looked at some of these, and I'm going to tell you something else. This is a total sidebar. If you're keeping up with certain families, okay, I need you to understand that that is their world and you live in your world. There is nothing wrong with a healthy obsession, if that makes any sense, meaning, or not even an obsession, a healthy admiration for others. But if you're using it to compare where you are, and then you start making all these changes to yourself so that you can fit in a certain class or in a certain group or in whatever, social media arena you're trying to get in, solely for the approval of others, this is an obsession and it is unhealthy. It is also self-destructing behavior, okay? And so I need you to take these tips down. I hope that you guys have a little pen. If you don't have a pen right now, you can always go back, slide that button to the beginning and start from the beginning and get a pen and write this stuff down and tell yourself that this year I will not be an approval addict. I do not need the approval of others, okay? You have to start telling yourself that. It's got to be in daily affirmations. And I'll talk to you about that when we talk about breaking this habit of approval addiction, okay? All right, here we go. So here's another thing. A lot of times a person who may suffer from approval addiction will compromise their integrity just to get the approval. Am I hitting on anything right now? Y'all give me a thumbs up. Please let me know. Comment. Let me know. Am I hitting on anything right now? Do you know how unhealthy it is to compromise your integrity, okay, for the approval of someone else? That again goes back to what? Self-destructing behavior. Okay? I'm trying to help you for 2020. I'm telling you, some years ago, it took me a while to understand, but I thank the Lord that he was able to snatch me back, and it was a healthy addiction. What I will say, and what I am currently working on, because I really need you guys to understand that I have not mastered anything that I share with you guys. I'm going to always be a work in progress. The one thing I will say that I am my hardest critic. Any of you out there, go ahead and comment if you're the hardest critic on yourself. Listen, I don't need approval addiction because I'm hard on myself. You get it? If it's any of you like me out there, go ahead and hit the like button and go ahead and comment, and please go ahead and subscribe. But that's me. I am my worst critic. And I may need to do something on that. How hard are we on ourselves? Because sometimes we could be a little too ridiculous with ourselves. Sometimes we set the expectation just a little too high for ourselves, and then we're no different than the people that seek approval. You get what I'm saying? Or have an addiction for approval. So comment below if I need to do something like that. Okay, I'm gonna free you, I'm gonna free me. We're all gonna be freed. Okay, all right. So this is what I want to tell you. So just to kind of summarize this, okay, what approval addiction is, this is a person who is not able to find good within themselves. That's a terrible feeling. They get into bad habits of seeking approval from people that don't care about them, or people that will use them for their resources, their finances, their gifts, their talents, or even their connections. You get what I'm saying? And so it also is a form of idolatry if you're starting to seek approval from other people. So let me try to help you. I'm just going to give you a couple of quick tips. Let me look at it, give you a couple of quick tips, and we're out of here, okay? All right. I want you to tell yourself, I am worthy. But I want you to believe it. Don't just say it just to kind of get it off your chest and just to kind of go along with what I'm saying. I want you to really believe that. I want you to look in the mirror and I want you to say, I am worthy. I want you to pick out those good qualities that you love about yourself. Do you love your eyes? Do you love your hair? Do you love your shape? What colors look great on you? Are you an amazing entrepreneur? Are you a great writer? Are you a doctor? Are you a lawyer? Are you... Whatever it is that you excel in, you need to pull those things out and you need to tell yourself, and I'm not leaving any career out, okay? Was just throwing a few out. I don't need nobody to get mad, okay? But I want you to look yourself in the mirror and say, I am worthy. You know, it's so crazy because I was working on this content. I was praying and everything on this content. And I went to my daughter and I said, hey, here's my topic. And I said to her, and she's going to be 16. And I said, what do you think about that topic? She goes, I think that is relevant. I was like, okay, all right. So we're talking to a less than 20 something. If you haven't checked out my 20 something video, please go ahead and check out my 20 something video. So I'm talking to my daughter who is less than 20 something. And she says, Mom, I think that is very relevant. So I go, how do you feel? Do you seek the approval of other people? And she said, no, I don't care what other people think. Now, this is very true for her. And most people are like that. But I'm glad that she said that. Because I find that in the younger, community, okay, the less than 20 something, it's middle school. How about that? If I have any of my teachers watching, go ahead and comment. Let me know if you see it in the middle school age children that seek addiction or have addiction for the approval of their peers, okay? A lot of times that causes them to act up and things like that. So if you're a parent, you probably can relate. You have a child that's probably acting up in school and probably very bright, can really excel, but because they're seeking the approval of their peers and they're acting out, etc., and just causing a whole ruckus, okay? But so that was my little sidebar, but let's get back on track. What you need to tell yourself, and parents and teachers, and if you're watching, you need to pull those kids to the side, yoke your own self up and say, listen, I am worthy. Pull out the good that's in you, okay? You also have to make responsible choices and responsible decisions. So when you are looking for that approval, you need to ask yourself, was that responsible? Did I make a good choice? Okay, that's going to be very important. You need to also tell yourself, I will not be driven by the approval of others. You got to put some sauce on it, okay? I will not be driven by the approval of others. You need to say that in the mirror. Say it 10 times. Say it in the morning. Say it in the afternoon. Say it on your break. Say it when you go to bed. You need to get out of this treacherous cycle because it is self-destructing. So you do not need the approval of others. I'm telling you, and now you need to tell yourself, okay? We got 2 more, and then we're out of here. I need you to know your worth. I need you to know just how, why do you feel that you're less than? Why do you feel that whoever you're seeking approval for is more worthy than you? You need to tap into your own self-worth, okay? That's going to be very important. Again, this is a very short topic, but it's very sensitive. I think it's very relevant. I think it's something that we really need to talk about. Here's my social media pages. You can follow me on any of them. You can go ahead and DM me if you have any questions that you don't want to drop in the description box, but you can go ahead and comment, and please subscribe, okay? And always hit the post notification bell so you know when I'm dropping the latest and greatest, okay? So what did I say? Oh, here's another thing. Don't sell your soul out for approval. Don't do it. Don't do it, because at the end of the day, once whoever you're seeking approval from get all that they need from you, they're going to toss you out like trash. Are you trash? No, you're not. So don't allow yourself to be treated like trash. Do not fall in to the addiction of approval or approval addiction, whichever way you want to swing it, and be tossed out like trash, because you are not. And why you're not? Because you've already recognized that you're worthy and you know what your worth is, okay? Here's the last one, okay? Then I'm going to close up my little notepad, okay? Y'all know I throw stuff right out the camera. It doesn't even matter to me. Love yourself. Learn to love yourself. Learn to love yourself. Your family, you're part of the Let's Build Together community. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe now. And I want to leave you with this. You're the most important person to you. You need to love yourself. You need to embrace yourself. You need to know your worth. And I want you this year to get out of the habit of being addicted to approval. And if you can't do it on your own, I want you to find a really close friend that can help you. I want you to seek professional help if it's that severe. But more importantly, I want you to go ahead and go back into this video, get you a pen and paper, and write this down. And if any of that is you, it's time for you to do a self-reflection so you can change, so you could be a better you this year. Because the only approval that you need is from you. Well, I want to thank you for joining me on another Meet Mikia. Oh no, this is not even my Meet Mikia channel. See, I'm so twisted. I do Meet Mikias on Facebook. Sorry. But anyway, I want to thank you for joining me on the Troche channel. I want you to go ahead and check out some of the videos that I've done. If you've enjoyed this, please go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe, and don't forget to share. More importantly, I want you to always hit that post notification bell so you know when I'm dropping the latest and greatest. Mwah. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. XO, I'm out of here. Boom.